1 second, we gotta go get our boy really quickly. We gotta go get Siri bot. The boy has returned. Hi, you sons of a bitches who bullied me. We got to do arson really quickly. Listen, if there's one thing I've learned of my chat since the beginning of this fucking 2-year bullshit, y'all motherfuckers are obsessed with arson. One of you I've actually seen commit arson. Wayward. The bitch who started a fire in a Walmart parking lot.
Who?
Wayward.
Oh, wow.
You can either say Ren or Air and I will respond. The fuck did the lighter go? Where the fuck did the lighter go?
I think I just threw. Right
Oh, I see it.
somewhere. Yeah. This lipstick.
Oh, arson, bitches. Oh, that's mine. That's old.
Oh yeah, it's very old. And that says yucky. I'm gonna throw away that. Throw away?
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, you can have that little chapstick. Do it.
Y'all got your fucking arson. Sell, I'm gonna throw hands with you.
I love them.
How long did I put no cursing for? 10 minutes? Hey, I can't swear, but my mother can.
Swear?
I have a redeem where I can't swear for a certain amount of time.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. It's fun. There we go. I did that. No, seriously, how long is no swearing for? How many fucking points does this bitch have? Oh, 10 minutes. Okay. I didn't start the timer yet. That can be a bitch. There, 10 minutes on the clock. I gotta be good, Angel. I don't care that OneDrive is not signed in. OneDrive can something I can't say. So yeah, you can see that I'm getting attacked by an incense. Oh god. Hi, you're probably wondering where the fuck I've been. Well, it's called I got really tired of streaming. It said fuck that. I'm gonna take care of my mental health first. Wait, hold up. And then proceed to go get a haircut and have like 2 mental breakdowns. Is that a slushie? I have something to tell you. And oh boy. Also, I love. It's not bad in per se, but it's something. The camera is actually fighting me today. Look at that. I hit the inner. Look at that. The gender said bye. Side shave. I'm actually being attacked by the incense. The incense said no. What evil quality is my stream? Actually. There we go. I can rest on my ponytail. What song is this? So, you're also probably wondering, why did you change your name? I wanted to. I just wanted to change the name. I got tired of it. Of my online name.
Oh. I almost got fixed.
Let's see how that goes. I also love how Twitch added the little you have to do the thing. Of the anomaly part. There was a podcast I did where I was looking at names because I was originally going to do Error Unknown, but that was taken. So then we just looked at a bunch of words that meant like air or so yeah. We just went with it. Someone on my TikTok said I didn't deserve that part of my name, and I just had a full-on 30-minute laugh session. It's just like, what do you mean I can't have this part of my name? So yeah. I would also like to say that I think all of my mods are on very high alert. So if you see me go dead quiet, yeah. I also you wanna know what's also funny? I have barely touched this computer, and I've just been working on my other one. So when I tell you I have not touched any of my games, I have not touched any of my games. It's so bad that I got the email from Genshin being like, you have not been here for a while. Here's the thing that you have to sign in for how many days, and you get rewards from it so you can keep checking in every day. Yeah. That was fun. Is someone doing Papers, Please? I love that. So all my friends are doing fun things, and I'm over here hey, I'm dying inside. Bro, I'm not kidding. This goddamn insect want to catch a hand from me. Also, my cat stole my bed. They don't go on my bed. This bitch y'all want to see sushi? ADHD brain moment. Y'all want to see the sush? Y'all want to see the boy? You want to see the good boy? I don't know where the good boy is. We're gonna go get the good boy. We gotta go get the boy. Where's the boy? Where's the sushi? Where'd he go? Where's my son? Where's my kid at? Hi! You came! The baby boy. The baby boy! The baby boy! I would go bother Gucci when he's sleeping, and I don't disrespect my cats in this household. Big boy. The fact that you can just see the incense smoke is glorious. I was supposed to wash you today. Oh well.
Here, go get your brother. He's sleeping.
Oh, I swear that cat likes me. He's not very happy with me right now. I also have to put pizza in a little bit because, you know, pizza. Hey. Instead of scratching, he goes, how much longer do I have? I have 3 minutes. I have no idea if I even have sweared. No, but I love how they had to add the the thing where, what is it called? The viewer discretion? No, it's called content classification. But I'd like to call it the viewer discretion, where you have to add a label of drugs, intoxication, or tobacco use, gambling, mature rated game, significant profanity or vulgarity, sexual things, and violence. Meanwhile, I'm just like, yeah, I swear too much. I'm just gonna throw that in so they don't slap me in the face. I also didn't run an ad. Whoopsie. I also cannot wait for this to get caught. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Virtually Next for letting me have her Spotify, because her music taste is. Also, I miss you. Y'all wanna watch her video? She posted a video that I've been meaning to watch. Which is like the Diary of an Ex-Twitch streamer. I've been meaning to watch it. We're gonna watch it. I also could probably switch these to that one. We're just gonna switch to that because I want to support my. The little boy has returned. The character has returned. Yeah, the model's not changing. We've grown an attachment to the model. Also, goddamn Lily, you gotta take over 2 of my things. I'm kidding, Lily. I love you. Also, if you saw my Twitter, if you saw some concerning tweets, ignore that. But if you saw my most recent tweet being like, I'm ready to throw me my entire, like, time schedule, it might be a thing. So if you see me randomly go live at, like, 3 a.m., you know why. Me having a schedule? No. No way. Never in a million years. Nyx, my beloved.
Do you want to be famous and have thousands of fans from the comfort of your own home? People who love you for exactly who you are.
I thought I did the thing.
All? Sure you do. It sounds fake, a get-rich scheme promised by multi-level marketing.
Fucking Adobe stock video.
Conniving swindlers or your favorite YouTuber. But nobody's convincing you to sacrifice months of your life on the promise of a maybe one day. It's individual determinism at its core. And if you fail, that's only because you have yourself to blame. But if you succeed, that's the promise that you were worth it. You worked hard and got here of your own volition. Twitch streaming is the epitome of self-sacrifice for the cost of sharing your lives with viewers online. Seemingly average people casually put their authentic lives on display for crowds of anywhere from 0 to hundreds of thousands of eyes. Viewers get a peek into someone's travel adventures, gaming playthrough, or bedroom. Hi, I'm Reagan, or as I was known online, Nyx. This is my bedroom.
I can
a year
swear
ago,
again.
I was a successful partnered Twitch streamer, averaging about 150 viewers per stream. To those who aren't as familiar with the platform, this put me in the top 0.3% of all Twitch streamers. I had an active community and made enough money to live on comfortably if I wanted to. I was successful at streaming my niche in the just chatting category, and read fairy tales, gave advice, drank tea, and played wholesome indie games. And I quit this job a year ago. Why did I give up on a dream so many desperately crave? A couple of reasons. I started streaming because I was lonely. Peak 2020 house.
I also noticed, like, this is like no shade to anyone, but there's been a bunch of like streamers who got popular during COVID that have just like disappeared off the face of the earth. And it's one of those things where it's like I could understand completely, but like Jesus Christ. It's like, what happened? It's like I just wanna open up some people's mind, just be like, what happened? Our boy SiriBot has returned. He's back in the chat.
Boredom amidst a global phenomenon. Initially, it was an outlet for me, a humble community formed around me.
Oh shit, the oven's preheated.
And yet, I was still telling myself I was authentic. I was exactly who I was off camera as I was on.
It's not possible. Unless you know. Gotta get the pizza.
Are you gonna put the pizza in?
Yes. I'm not taking it out because we don't have a glove anywhere. But that also means I can steal the pepperonis.
Yeah, we do have a glove, but I'll do it for you.
That also means I can steal the pepperonis and Dad won't kill me, so.
You probably will not be hungry.
Good sir, just let me get the pepperonis. And that's all I want. Just give me the pepperonis and no one gets hurt. Also, what the fuck happened to the pizza? I'm an army of pepperonis.
A lie.
The sticker.
Then my identity as a queer woman on the platform made me the unique target for hate raids and fetishization from viewers seeking to gratify themselves through my image and an identity projected onto me that I played into. The more popular I got, the stronger the backlash for my existence became. But it was a role I was happy to play, because becoming someone's fantasy made me more money than showing my flaws, the cracks of my humanity. Being a glorified e-girlfriend, e-big sister, e-icon, where I would encourage people that they had a friend in me, give them advice, console them in Discord DMs, wasn't false. But it was a promise I could never fully keep. A robotic version of me performing pure emotional labor from viewers. And as much as I, time and time again, told my audience I was being authentic, this person, hi everyone, welcome to the stream, wasn't me. Not even close. But every Twitch streamer lies, to an extent. It's asked of you from the platform. Part 1, Twitch history and the rise of the small streamer. A brief history.
I have to. There's so many jokes I can make, but I can't say them.
Twitch was founded in 2007 by Justin Kahn and Emmett Shear. Originally, it was a spin-off of their platform called Justin.tv, where Justin Kahn's life was live-streamed 24/7. Gaming content quickly became a focal draw, and Twitch.tv
we got the
branched off
YouTube
the
video.
original concept. It took off in February 2014 with a channel called Twitch Plays Pokemon, where the game Pokemon Red was played using chat text commands on the site from gamers across the globe. There's a great documentary by the gamer from Mars on this, link in the description. After being put on the map, Twitch was acquired by Amazon in a $970 million deal.
Damn.
Amazon's inclusion in the platform was highly motivated by profit. While
And
Twitch
yet-
already had a monthly channel subscription model in place for a recurring $4.99, Amazon added on the inclusion of cheering bits, a special form of emoticon purchased as a donation to a stream in the form of a microtransaction that Amazon takes a 20% cut of. Users also earn badges within a channel based on how much they've cheered or how many subscriptions to the channel they've bought for themselves or for others on a daily, weekly, monthly, or all-time basis. We'll get to the money in much greater detail later, but keep in mind the competitive monetary aspects that the platform directly encourages in its viewers. After Amazon's acquisition, the creator economy steadily increased, with Twitch reporting over 100 million viewers a month in 2015, with the number rising to 140 million a month in 2021. But the more popular the site became, the more attractive the creator economy became. And users don't grow exponentially. Twitch is a niche, a smaller platform catering to gaming compared to other live streaming sites, like YouTube or Facebook. Prior to 2018, the ratio of viewers to streamers was a net positive. It was near guaranteed that if one worked hard and advertised enough, the viewers would naturally flock to a new streamer. They would be pushed to the top of the live directory since the competition was thinner. After 2018, the ratio drastically dropped. There were
Oh
more
my
channels
God.
live than ever before, and new streamers with no platform connections sat at the bottom of searches going unnoticed. The problem has only proliferated for small streamers, and it's harder than ever for them to capture the attention of new viewers due to the sheer amount of channels to choose from, with established creators snatching up most of the viewers. That doesn't stop new people from wanting to make it big, though. Thus began the rise of the small streamer. According to prolific Twitch researcher Zach Busey, in 2022, quote, if you include all those community channels, non-affiliate, non-partners, then all creators with more than 6 viewers are in the top 3.4% of all Twitch. The top 1% is anything over 26 viewers. The modalities of success in capturing viewers' attention and money are drastically different on Twitch than compared to most other platforms. So small creators turn inward on their channels to make their hobby profitable and of value to the site. Small streamers have radically different interactions with viewers compared to large streamers. To a streamer averaging 2,000 viewers, publicizing a drastic opinion or playing an unpopular game live doesn't really matter. People will watch them regardless due to the power of their fan base. To someone averaging 8 viewers, every interaction counts. In desperation to hold a viewer's attention, they appeal to them, ask them about their days, or play the games the viewer requests in an effort to personalize their viewing experience. For my streams, this resulted in shifts to my personality.
Damn.
Becoming someone bubbly, optimistic, pitching my voice up, wearing cuter clothes, acting like an animated caricature of myself. Woohoo! Human contact, baby! To change my persona, my mask, to one that would garner the most attention, capture a viewer, without being too dissimilar from my real self. Part 2. Personas. Popular streamer Ludwig Ogren completed a monumental month-long subathon in 2021. Viewers would subscribe and pay the minimum $4.99 fee to extend the time of the
$4.99
stream.
fee.
He reached a record-breaking 283,066 subscribers. News articles were written about him in the New York Times. For a brief moment, he achieved international recognition for his feat on Twitch. He made hundreds of thousands of dollars
It's
in 1 month,
wizard
but
time,
never did it again.
motherfucker!
This blood-
Fireball!
Subathons are boring as fuck.
Subathons are boring. Why?
Lee Carr, thank you so much for the follow. How was your day? How was your day / night? How's everything going? I'm watching a video because I'm bored. And also, this was a good friend of mine. Oh, my voice just died a little bit. You know me from TikTok, don't you? Your name feels familiar.
Content creator. It's boring to be yourself as an entertainer. It draws a larger crowd and following to be a little more exaggerated, a little more combative,
Bird brain,
a little
go
more special
hard.
than the life
Soda
that we
tap.
all mundanely live. So, streamers put on a persona. Persona is a word directly lifted from Latin, translating to mask, a character that obscures the messy and unseemly parts of the self. Prolific psychologist Carl
Dude, I want to
Jung
get that
theorized
game, but
persona
the
is a
natural
psyche,
version.
the mask
Eh.
hiding parts of ourselves in order to have greater success in typical public social interactions. Like when an acquaintance asks, "How are you?" and you've had a bad day, but you're not going to be honest in this brief 10-second interaction. So you suck it up and say, "Oh, fine. I mean, it's going all right." When you really mean, "I want to lay down in a dark room and scream at the world."
Yeah.
Personas are useful, but ultimately not the truth of a person. As David Marshall, Christopher Moore, and Kim Barbour state in their article Persona as Method, exploring celebrity in the public self in persona studies, quote, personas are the material forms of public self.
Damn, Gucci really just took over my bed.
Visible objects, network connections, and mediated expressions. What they're saying is the persona is a reflection of the self. It's far from a mirror, but rather a carefully crafted facade that hides an undignified version of yourself for the benefit of others. Viewers like simplicity. They like it when their streamers are not people, fallible and boring, but grand, larger than life, and there for their use like a fictional character. Fixed and predictable. Of course, some streamers go the opposite direction. Classing themselves as raw and real, cutting against the grain of the character personalities on the platform. It's a choice, conscious or subconscious, that every performer makes. How do you best appeal to your audience? Let's use a sliding scale method. The first scale a creator falls on is relatability. How relatable are you to the viewer versus unfamiliar and distant? Are you the gamer next door, ready to be friends with a passing viewer, or do you own a grand mansion and show off your exorbitant wealth? Then decide your content. Is it serious and you're an authority on the subject, or is it lighthearted and a distraction from the messiness of the outside world?
Both.
Are you typical, an average everyman, or are you quirky and unique, sticking stars on your face and drawing attention with your atypicality? Lastly, how authentic versus fabricated are you? This scale is the most difficult.
Shit. That also reminds me, I have to change my Minecraft username. I haven't done that. Yeah, I'm on Moist. I vibe. I'm the one who met God. I'm the one that was just chilling and, like, died, like, 3 times in the span of, like, 10 minutes. Or not even 10 minutes, like, 5 minutes. Not even that, 2 minutes. I need to also get on that server more.
Much of your life and invoking parasociality onto yourself. Or maybe you do want to start a social relationship. To endear fans to you as a guiding fixture for them. To have people.
Do you want to know why? It's because we banned the word moist in my chat. It has been the longest running joke, and we never thought the word would need to be unbanned. I just think it's so funny that we really banned the word moist, and I got into an SMP that has... It was like one of the first... It was the first word we ever banned in my chat. Because we were just like, I hate saying this word. And we never thought of consequences. So it's now just going to be a running joke that, yeah, I'm part of a server that you can't say in my chat because the main word is banned.
Hyper-focus on your content to give you their time, attention, respect, money. But isn't that a good thing?
No.
To be adored and the subject of one's sole attention? Not really. It's exhausting. Let's talk about parasocial relationships. It's a one-sided dynamic formed by one party, likely a viewer, expending energy, time, attention, and money on another party, likely a streamer, that either doesn't know they exist or can't possibly reciprocate in the same manner. Spoiler alert, every Twitch stream is parasocial. When a streamer goes live to the hundreds of thousands of people watching from computers,
Damn, not the ads.
they're nothing more than a number or a brief name in a chat.
Not my ads
There are
sniping
a couple
people.
of facts a streamer can know about them. Say hi to their username, ask about their day, thank them for the money that they gave them. Maybe give them some life advice. But they're a nameless face in a void. And every time a streamer says they love you, they don't. They can't possibly love the complexity of a viewer, just as the viewer can't possibly love the complexity of the streamer.
Shit. I have to change so much things, because now even that's out of thing. I use any.
Side of the void
Damn.
of their performance. I'm sorry. It's a tough truth. And it's a truth I played into knowingly. As I wrapped up my streams, I would always say this stock phrase. Thank you so much for watching. You all mean the world to me. As always, I love you to the moon and back. See you next time! It's not that there wasn't truth in that statement. My gratitude was legitimate, but it was a carefully exaggerated truth, a construction of social endearment. I didn't love viewer number 41 as much as I loved viewer number 2, but I made them believe it was personal. I'm not evil. The platform and the medium of consumption on Twitch necessitates parasociality to an extent. Even after creators set boundaries, it's near impossible to mitigate one-sided emotions. Parasocial relationships are especially dangerous when it comes to the accessibility of celebrities and streamers versus Hollywood. The streamer exists in a micro-public as a micro-celebrity. David Marshall, Christopher Moore, and Kim Barbour once more defined the online micro-public as, quote, in terms of followers and friends that people have on their social media sites. These formations are nothing like the mass audience of television or the conceptualization of the public that has served politicians and journalists alike in their attempt to embody and represent the populace. These relationships are
Finally over.
produced at the
Yeet.
intersection
Oh my god,
of
it's a
professional,
Zolt.
personal, and intimate
It's a
forms
Zolt. Next, I'm gonna murder you. It's a Zolt. It's the best. It's the Modman. It's been a while. Listen. I kind of said, the internet? Nah. Don't want to vibe with that. I kind of said I don't want to look at my computer. There you go. Welcome back. I'll murder the head mod later. I kind of looked at the internet and said, do I really want to do this? No. And then just started working on other things. It's called I've spent an ungodly amount of hours looking at my computer screen and writing. I somehow cranked out 8,000 words in a single day. I don't know how I did it. And then I burnt myself out. Listen, I'll just yell at the head mod later. I know why she did it. Why is my Instagram going off?
Essentially, success in these niche markets require a stronger and more engaging persona that's flexible, adaptive, and engaging across different mediums like TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. This hyper-awareness of an individual's personal life is such an exception.
Yeah, I felt that. TikTok is saying I have notifications.
Comprised of an interpretation of one's identity and how that identity
yes.
is a public entity.
Ow!
Typical celebrities have security, agents, and
I
money.
stepped on you, cat.
What?
Yes, I stepped on you, cat.
Sushi, no! Ayo, tell Sting that they're doing a good job.
Frustration against most brute force comments on their personhood, but streamers are accessible, easier to form connections to, easier to endear yourself to, easier to take an impact. Especially if a creator falls outside of the binary of the typical conception of streamers as young male gamers. If you're older, female, or especially queer, the streaming experience is radically different. Let's discuss. Part 3. Let's be honest. Queerness and streaming.
Did I tell any of you that I got like a 90% on a paper I did about how like Twitch is not a safe public space for people who don't fit?
Hi. Judging from my back.
My little PNG hasn't been used in a while, so I wanted to bring him out, but also I like my face cam.
Background and everything.
But also my face cam likes to act up recently, so back up, boy.
Probably know what I'm about to say. I'm a lesbian. Surprise. While I was streaming, I was out and proud as bisexual. Except I wasn't bisexual, not really. I knew I was a lesbian at the start of 2021, just as my streaming hobby was taking off. I thought I had to tell my viewers I was different than the character personalities on Twitch. I was authentic to my audience, right? I even scheduled a stream, Coming Out, where I would have finally been honest with my fans about my identity. And then I chickened out at the last second. I did the stream where I reaffirmed my bisexuality to the love and support of my chat. The stream was an outpouring of positive encouragement. I wasn't worried about my corner of the internet not accepting me. I was, deep down, worried about money.
No, this is 100% Nick's. I don't know if you'll ever see this. I want to give you a hug.
Young
I will just appear outside your house.
Big sibling and teens to 20-something men who, to put it bluntly, watched me because they found me attractive and gave me money to gain my attention. Streamers are people, yes, but they're also brands. And brands
I also need water. I'll be back.
Profitable to the public-facing world. Put on personas of marketability.
Zoe, you read my mind. I'm getting water.
I edited myself for profit. Already, as a new female-presenting streamer on the platform, the odds were stacked against me. I had a very narrow path that I could fit into to gain new attention. Out of the top 100 streamers on Twitch in 2022, only one was a woman, Amaranth, at number 53. Unless someone is previously established or has big connections in the industry, success is not measured by scale or personality, but your how tempting is your stream to the 65% of male users on the platform? Female-presenting streamers are seen with a more granular lens of commodification than male-presenting streamers are. Viewers have
I just realized I didn't have subtitles turned on. I'm so sorry.
Who will produce a certain type of content. They should be attractive first and foremost. Any skills, content, or gaming come second. A brief side note, this is not to mention streamers who are gender non-conforming or trans creators who go through multiplicative layers of perception and hate on live streaming platforms. It's not my place to comment on the intricate lived experience, so I recommend checking out trans creators for their perspectives on Twitch streaming, and it's even thinner margin of
There's
success,
cat hair
like
everywhere.
Pebbles, a fantastic trans political commentator who was recently swatted, stalked, and doxxed less than a year ago and still makes excellent content. Her YouTube channel is linked in my description. Anyway, my persona shifted to appeal to a broader audience. I wore cuter clothes live and feigned innocence when male viewers would DM me and tell me they wanted to be more than a viewer to me, to date me. It was a disappointing trap, fooling myself into believing
Sushi's
that
going to the
I
grandmother for attention.
and it nearly always devolved into me softly rejecting them or pretending I didn't see their romantic advances. Was it so naive of me to want friendship? But I was bisexual. They seemingly had a chance with me. Being out as a lesbian would mean
Got
breaking
more
the
smelly
already
stuff.
tenuous and unspoken flirtatious dynamic.
Candles
It
lit.
would make them disengage. I would lose a viewer, a friend, and their pocket change. So I became Wish Puppy, a bisexual gamer girlfriend with purple hair, manic pixie dream girl with a bright smile and well wishes of, "You got this! I'm on your side. Thank you for being here. I love you."
Fuck, I need to play Stardew.
Belong to
I've
others
talked to
and
someone and they're
near
like, you...
meant lying to myself.
Who found my
Putting on a
Twitter?
mask that didn't
What
fit
Twitter
quite
is
right
this?
In the service of others for the illusory promise of fame and
They're
fortune.
just like, hello?
I could
Why are
sustain
you...
it no matter
How did you
exhausting,
find me?
As long as my community was safe for me. That the people who stayed at least respected my personhood. Oh no. The hate raids.
Thank you for confessing, Dissolvey. Now I'm gonna send a fucking screenshot of you confessing that you did it to Twitch. Why would you do that? You start out off the bat from a place that isn't respect, and I'm not gonna respect.
Nah, when I tell you, Dude, this fucking era sucked. Because this is when I first started to get to know Nyx, but oh my god, this era sucked.
And know that bullying and homophobia and anything that you could do to bring someone else down makes you small, not big.
For the entire month of June 2021, Pride Month, I was view-botted
What
and
era
hate-rated
sucked?
by homophobic.
Hi! I'm watching a video by an old friend of mine who used to stream on Twitch. Listen, Nyx had some of the best fucking makeup and I always would love her for it. But I was friends with her, but she got hate-rated so fucking much during her journey to get to partner. It was actually insane. So there would just be like a little chat where we'll just be like, we found everyone, here you go.
Trolls. View-botting.
It was during Pride Month. She don't die, please.
Oh, thank God. You care. Yay.
Listen, I just see the cat litter get pulled out of the stool and I'm concerned. Sorry.
I know.
It is because it was during Pride. She was getting hate rated and follow botted during Pride Month because she was bisexual even though she was a lesbian. But yeah, this is my friend. I love her dearly. I've been meaning to watch this video, but again, I kind of just have my eras of I don't want to look at the internet. But hey, welcome Stan. Welcome to the stream. How are you?
Is where your viewer count is
What?
artificially inflated by either embedding a Twitch stream on a different site or sending bot accounts to view the stream. It's a frowned upon practice and can result in an account getting suspended or banned entirely. It was defeating to log into my safe niche community only to be greeted by bad actors purposefully aiming to poke and tear me down. This was especially frustrating to me as I was aiming to reach Twitch partner status, which meant my account was
Oh shit, it's Justin. Welcome back, you fucker. Welcome back, you bitch. Yeah, I don't know. People just gotta be a little bit weird and fucky.
scrutinized by Twitch staff, and they could easily not grant me partner if they thought that I was the culprit. Twitch guidelines for hate raids are woefully unhelpful. It's not that they don't try or have some useful tools like AutoMod that filters bad language from your chat. Attackers just purposefully duck past any safety tools that Twitch imposes. Twitch's guidelines for combating hate raids include seemingly obvious steps like appointing a moderator, reporting malicious accounts, and turning up the level of keyword flagging and moderation on AutoMod. In my experience, the best way to get rid of a troll is to starve it. To not give it any attention, to act as if their vitriol doesn't bother you, and hope they become disinterested. Sometimes it works.
The whole
If they
parody
don't
of
have
meeting a
a
new
list,
or an
pass
old one. Listen. Listen. You should... Have I told you all the story of how Soul met one of our, like, mutual friends? And just goes, what are your pronouns? Gotcha. So this bitch! No. Soul was meeting a mutual friend of ours, and she was, like, telling his story, and I don't think she realized that the person was, like, there yet. So she, like, looked over at this person and said, are you okay with, like, gender, like, terms? And they nodded, and she goes, so this bitch right here. And then she goes, oh shit, you're someone else. We all love and appreciate Soul.
In my case, it did.
Has
But
gremlin
it took
energy.
such an inherent toll on me to act bubbly and kind to my community while reading belittling chat messages and pretending I didn't see them. As if I was fine to continue providing.
So if you think I'm bad at meeting new people,
Maybe I'm sensitive. Maybe everyone on the internet is just a little.
but then also I got those people who hate people, Jay.
Than they would be in a face-to-face interaction.
I'll call your ass
Words
out.
out of context hurt. It's an unfortunate consequence of the internet as a third person space. It's not the realm of the private and the domestic, nor the public. It's both and neither. A space for fantasy and wish fulfillment, exacerbated love and hate. I directly played into it. My streams were
felt that.
pure, emotional, effective labor for my viewers, becoming their therapist, their gaming buddy, their friend, their sometimes girlfriend, hoping for money in exchange
Oh
for
shit, my
my
soda tap under the.
Sometimes I would get it. How nice it was to be compensated by viewers through their generosity.
Bird energy,
How nice
soda
to make my
tabs.
hobby
There's
something of profit and value.
soda tab.
Part 4. Money and emotional effective labor.
Damn.
Well, well, well. I've been expecting you. Underneath the glamour and
The
facade,
boy.
it all comes down to the money, doesn't it?
The boy.
Let's talk about it. I mentioned before the idea of space
Listen,
marine.
the bird energy goes
It's a
hard.
patriarchal ideology that rose to popularity in the English Victorian era.
She left Twitch, I think, a year ago. And she, like, posted this video a month ago. And this was, like, our full, like, intent of just, like, oh, yeah, no, she officially quit. But she's still active in Discord, unlike some other people that I know that were, like, who had insane popularity. Well, not insane popularity. No, but has anyone noticed that, like, the people who got, like, relatively, like, famous, not, like, dream SMP level of famous, but, like, relatively, it's like you would see them occasionally pop up on, like, TikTok or whatever, have just disappeared off the platforms? Because I was, like, scrolling through, like, my favorites on TikTok, and there's, like, 4 content creators I had their stuff saved that they're just gone. You gotta let... I did. That was just the first thing that came to mind. Fuck that server. That was just the first... Go real quick. Listen, do I think that server was good for what it did? Yes. Do I hate majority of the people that were on that server? Yes. But do I also still support some of the people? Yeah. I did! Am I surprised? No. But yeah, no, there's like so many streamers that I was like, damn, what happened? Like some of them, kicked my feet and giggling when I heard about that. Listen, it's well deserved. It's the fact that my Twitter is like so, like God sent set, they still think that I'm like a Dream fan, and I'm just like, let me go, please, let me go. Run enough of the Lord. Yeah. 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 Yeah, but no, there's like so many streamers that I've like seen that I was just like, damn, like they had like a relatively good following. It's like they weren't like, they were either borderline partner or they had like a good viewership that was like, they should be partner. And now they're just like, all right, I'm gonna head out. Can't see their face anywhere, probably. Yeah. Yeah, which I can respect. Never forget, someone thought that my face reveal, I was doing it just because my viewers dropped. I was just like, nah, I'm kind of tired of having my face, like, not having a voice to a face. Quick drop by. It's Dino. It's Lily, the beloved. Hi. Hi, wifey.
Post-industrial
Man,
revolution
wife.
stretches back to Aristotle. Aristotle believed there were 2 spaces to inhabit: the polis, or the city/public, and the oikos, or the home/private. Women were
Go to
often
bed.
assigned to the private
Go the
sphere,
fuck to bed.
while men occupied the luxury of the public and the private sphere. While this view of the world is outdated, vestiges of its philosophy still echo. The advent of the internet has created a new sphere, a third
And then you
virtual
made a
space,
PNG, no,
neither
hit that
private
clicker.
nor public.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Streamers
Lily,
show off their
go to
private
bed.
lives for public entertainment. Anonymity for users provides both an unburdening of truth and a laboring of a mass perception to fit in.
Go to bed, Lily.
Users become fascinated with an elaborate scheme, someone's crafted
I'm gonna
identity
quit.
that they believe to be their reality. People
Yes.
fall in love with the fiction of a
You can still call me Ren. I do not mind. I'm gonna quit my job. Yes! Do it, Lily! Yes, you can still call me Ren. I do not mind. You can also call me Air. But it's whatever. If you know, you know. Nah, if you knew my first Twitch username, you automatically get a senior discount here. Which I'm pretty sure the only person in chat who, like, love you, good night, my love, good night, Lily. I'm pretty sure there's only one person that, like, in this chat that was actually there during the period, and I'm pretty sure that's Wayward. I'm pretty sure Wayward is the only person here that, like, has seen all 3 name changes.
person. The internet seeks to extract capital
Damn.
from users'
Wow,
emotions,
you've been here
make
for
them
a
feel
year?
To love and to hate. Effective labor, spelled with an A, is an increasingly dominant mode of work, especially on the internet. Effective labor is similar to emotional labor, just more specific. While emotions refer to regulation of the self, effective labor is the
Where did she come
manipulation
from?
of the entire state of another person. Antonio Negri and Michael Hart define effective labor in their book Multitude, War and Democracy.
I also have to get my charger for my laptop
They
because
state, quote,
I want to read chat. Fuck!
emotions, which are
I can swear again, motherfuckers.
affects refer equally to
Sorry,
the
Gucci.
and
I woke up to
mind.
Gucci, which is a
Effective
bad
labor
thing.
then is
Don't
labor
wake
that
up to
produces or
Gucci.
manipulates the affects of others. One can
Gucci's
recognize
so
effective
cheap.
labor, for
Listen,
example, in the
Gucci's the
legal
gremlin
assistance,
of the
flight
family.
attendants,
You wake
and
this
fast
fucker
food
up, you're
workers,
causing
service with a
chaos.
smile. To add a new category that
You have one
Negri
rule
and
in this
Hart
house.
like
Do not
Netflix
wake
has
a sleeping
predicted in
Gucci.
2004,
If you do,
streamers and
face
online
the
content
consequences.
creators.
My charger's
The labor
on
done
the
is
other
intangible,
cord.
therefore harder
Love
to
that.
come with salary, but streamers, especially smaller ones, are consciously performing this effective labor of manipulating emotions for a viewer. Manipulating doesn't always mean bad.
I was
Brightening
talking to
someone's
her,
day,
I'm
allowing them
bad.
to relax and pay attention
Please,
to
I
you,
don't
or
need any
sharing an
more
emotional
injuries.
experience together is a positive human connection. But a streamer is a laborer. They are performing for an audience, holding the emotional weight to comfort and de-stress. Because the labor is immaterial, there's no fixed point for income, especially when most Twitch streamers and content creators are told they should be lucky to get any profit at all. It's the dream to have fans at your beck and call, to make your
Where
hobby
did
a
you all
livelihood.
come?
But that's a trap. In popular YouTuber Dan Hell's video, Why I Quit YouTube, he
Love
touches
it.
on an important aspect of burnout and making a hobby something of income. Dan says,
Did you burn it?
People
Yep.
that aren't in it for the community are attracted
You
to
can
cash.
It's really very old.
Insidious,
Yeah, you
corrupting
can burn
allure
cinnamon. You
of
can also use it in other things.
characters.
Uh-huh.
In our current influencer nightmare dimension, it's
I was
relatively
thinking.
accessible to anyone. to
Listen,
make
I unironically got my mother into witchcraft. So,
Yes, she did.
monetize
so,
your hobbies.
you were lucky to have made it when hundreds
The
of
crystal
thousands of people
collection
try just
is
as
kinda
hard,
growing.
if not harder than you, and they never will. Aren't you grateful to make money sitting at your desk in your room?
honestly, same.
It feels morally reprehensible.
There's been
elitist,
some people
like,
on Moist I've been
like
like
to sit
meaning
there
to go
and
interact
watch
with,
it,
but then
right?
my brain's just like, no.
Well, no. Doing a hobby for an income means taking the joy, the very thing that motivated me, out of it. Because I'm not only laboring for the viewer, to attract their attention and pocket change, but for myself.
Fucking
Manipulating
pocket
my own
change.
emotions, pushing my boundaries, maintaining a facade that is unsustainable because this version of me that's a little more animated and less real made me more money. Setting boundaries means losing viewership. The platform plays into the
Sushi.
rush of cute gifts of money and sound effects is unmatched. Like Pavlov's dog trained to salivate and expect a steak at the sound of a ringing bell, I expect a rush of endorphins and that sweet, sweet serotonin hearing the sound effects.
Fucking hell, that's not even my alert sound. Even my brain just went happy
Twitch
mode.
wants me to feel this, and it evokes vestiges of comfort and optimism in longtime viewers too, seeing their streamer become successful. Success is a difficult benchmark on Twitch, but it's primarily wrapped up in one word: partner. Let's talk about status
Ooh.
on Twitch and what people will do for that elusive
Yep.
checkmark.
Moist.
In order to make money on the platform, a streamer needs to become affiliated. Affiliate status is somewhat easily achievable with proper advertising. YouTube followers, stream for 8
Ah shit, hold up, we gotta do the hey, there's a new YouTube video. You guys should totally go watch that. I gotta brand out. Listen, go sub to my YouTube, please. I'm begging. I'm on my hands and knees.
8 hours, stream on 7 different days within a month, and have an average of 3 viewers. Once a streamer meets this requirement, and they're given access to Twitch bits and a subscribe button. There are 3 subscription tiers a user can pay for with a monthly fee. The only mechanical difference between them is a shiny badge next to a user's name in chat, and
Also, there's might be a new video coming out in like 1 or 2 videos ago. Did I just say a go? I read chat and my brain actually had a burn moment. There might be a new video coming out later this week. And to be honest, it might actually be our least edited video we've ever done. Not in the sense that it needs to be, but it's just the sense that, like, everything in this video is, like, doesn't need to be edited. Like, I think there's only one thing we've done. And that was just, I think it was just my editor answering a question, because I was just like, how badly is this game gonna fuck me up? And she, like, responded. But nah, dude, we actually, like, got lost when we were editing this. We didn't even realize that 35 minutes had passed. Like, we were just watching this stream.
Aside from that, all subscriptions grant a special badge and ad-free viewing. The difference between an affiliate and a partner is also small. Access to a few more emoji slots, higher stream quality, and slightly longer storage of previous streams. The main difference is the elusive privilege next to your name. It's a badge of honor, a symbol of status, a recognition that you are in the 1% on the platform. To reach partner,
There's now burnt incense on my keyboard.
for over 12 days in a month and over 25 hours within a month. But completing the bare minimum requirement does not guarantee you partner. I applied for partner 4 months in a row and was rejected until finally in July of 2021 I achieved it. The euphoria when I opened the acceptance email was unmatched. I had done it. Though it would hardly affect me mechanically, I was successful. I had made my hobby a thing of value. I was part of the 1% through my hard work. Nothing could compare. But a few months later,
Also, yes, this
when
is
I
Black
started
Salt.
to burn out of streaming, that checkmark I had worked so hard for became a weight. What would it mean to stop when all I ever wanted was at my fingertips?
Oh,
Who
the
would I
Persians
become
might
if I
start
set
going
those
crazy.
boundaries I was so afraid
Gucci's
of?
awake.
Nobody. I would fall back into irrelevancy. That fear gripped me. And even though I was and still am in college, taking 4 classes and working 3 jobs, including Twitch, I could not bring myself to quit. Until I did, in June 2022. Nothing major happened, no final straw. One day, out of the blue, I simply stopped. The burden became too much. To lie to others is one thing, to lie to yourself is another. And I couldn't be Nyx or Reagan anymore, I just had to be Reagan, at the cost of everything Nyx was. Monetarily, socially, and mentally. How can you be successful if you feel like a failure on the inside? You can't. So I quit. I left it all behind, the vestiges of my Discord server collecting dust with the occasional DM of, I miss you, please come back to Nyx. But I couldn't be that service worker anymore.
Don't you love when your keyboard on your phone just doesn't want to work?
It passed not with a tearful goodbye or a quiet fade out, just like this.
Part 5. Conclusion.
I
Stop, that's not a proper ending. You deserve more than that after all this time.
gotta commit a
I started
crime.
streaming on a 2010 MacBook Pro that could barely run the camera app, let alone a Pokemon game. But I did it because I wanted to, regardless of my stream dropping frames every 30 seconds. It was new and exciting. I could be myself, free of judgment and ridicule.
Oh, this is
and
squishy.
maybe
I
as
miss
an
this guy.
afterthought, make money.
Sunshine, you make me happy. When skies are gray, you'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I can't think of anything else right now. Just want to sing something happy.
Slowly, my channel was pushed in the directory, and viewers accumulated. I was already giving advice to them, so why not turn that into content? I set up Google Forms where viewers would send their confessions, their jokes, their secrets.
I'm
I
very
was
tempted to
sold
actually do a
on
confession
3-hour
stream.
I played myself a little more goofy, a little more kind. But even though I've spent this whole video telling you that I was fake, my emotions are real. Meek, Pod, and Pengy, 2 stuffed animals that take a proud mantle in my room, named by my Twitch name. Every time I look at them, these small, central parts of my daily routine, my Twitch experience as Nyx has embedded itself into my life. It's part of me now, as real as anything else.
Oh shit, Crow, I didn't even notice. Thank you so much for joining the Discord. Shit.
I never really
My brain actually saw the notification and didn't realize. Thank you.
To output a memory repeating itself over and over. Growth is good. After all of this, there's one final question to answer. Will I Twitch stream again? Surprisingly, the answer isn't a no. It's a maybe. If I rediscovered the joy in it, returned to my beginnings, where all I cared about was 5 viewers on the screen and that they enjoyed as music,
That was almost bad.
I would maybe come back. Detaching the self from external validation is immensely difficult, and
Happened to
Twitch
Spotify by
even
accident.
plays into it. They tell you how many people are watching in the creator panel, and they gamify your streams like an achievement board. Literally, you get certain achievements for meeting certain accomplishments on your stream. I can't really explain it, but stop caring about the numbers, and invariably the money. But I can tell myself that nobody will judge me as much as I will. And if I'm my own worst critic, why not take the advice I always gave out to myself? Be kinder to yourself. At the end of it all, it's not a me. But people rarely are me. Maybe that's okay. To be me, regardless
You
of
are
how
good. I have to set something up, but also I kind of want to go on moist now.
Thank you so much for watching. You mean the world to me. As always, I love you to the moon and back. I'll see you, maybe, next time.
Next, I'll miss you. I gotta use the bathroom really quickly. Enjoy the emptiness of it.
Okay. Come on, baby.
What the fuck are you doing? You either in or you out. I got it. Y'all get to meet the fair little fucker named Gucci. Look at this little shit. Look at this little motherfucker. Look at this bitch. As much as I love and appreciate this cat, he's a little motherfucker who doesn't deserve, who sometimes does not get to see the light of day. Alright. Dog. That's a cat. Oh, wait, pause. New Russian Badger
Dudes
video.
with nut allergies when I hit them in the head with a brick.
Ow. Turning that down a little bit. Beth? No, get your ass back here. This bitch. This is a cat. This is a cat.
What happened?
Someone thought Gucci was a god. Someone thought Gucci was a dog.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, this is a Persian. He's very much a little shit and a
No, it's a Persian Himalayan. It's more of Himalayan. Persian doesn't have a face like this. Persian has a cute face.
so like sushi.
Yes, sushi, show sushi.
They've all seen Sushi. Sushi's my son. Also, he's sleeping.
I mean, if you're gonna put them together to next to each other, they will see it like
I see that. Only saw it for
completely
a
different cats.
Fair point. Fair point. I can understand that. He only saw it for a second. Oh yes, I'm.
Totally different babies.
Gucci's also more vocal. Compared. You should. Listen, he's a little feral shit, but we appreciate the Gucci. Listen, he's a little bit feral, but we love him.
Punching somebody in the dark, it's like a legal loophole.
But I think, hey, are you gonna eat pizza or what?
I thought you were also gonna cut it. I'm doing things.
Oh, okay. Too bad. Mother is bad.
No, you are no. Speaking of, I don't think y'all understand how bad my soda tab obsession is. Hold up. Nah, you need to see this. You need to understand. I don't know how this started. I think it might just because the bird brain idea got way too fucking like insane. To be fair, I also correct crystals, but like that's not normal. Like this should not be a normal amount of soda tabs for a person to have.
Yeah.
Do I know why I collect them? No. Did it just start as a random habit? Yes. Does it also fit the brand of bird brain? Yes. Yes, this is also in food. This is also in a cute little container that's also a music box. Putting that down for right now. I also have an idea for a stream, but I don't know if it will go well, so I'm just gonna say fuck it and do it. There's just gonna be a stream where I talk about my OCs and how much trauma I've given my characters. No one is safe. There's a goddamn section in one of my notebooks that looks like an actual hit list because I wrote how people die. No one is safe.
I was just feeling around for my surroundings. No, I thought Seth Zenti said that. Much like punching someone in the dark, it is a victimless crime.
To be honest with you, I'm really dumb.
Heavenly, I alone am the reason that shampoo has instructions.
If I were to power scale my gum between a flatfish and a tree frog, I think even a lobster has got me dead to rights.
The TSA
What the fuck?
allows you to bring a live lobster through security. The lobster must be transported in a clear plastic spill-proof container and will be
Visually
Metal
inspected
pipe.
by a TSA.
How's pizza?
He picks that dude up and looks him dead in his eyes. You got a bomb in?
Most of what I think and say is so incredibly deranged. I'm surprised I've been banned from my own Discord.
You will give me $20 and a McChicken.
So I may not have a brain, but I do have an opinion. And to put it
We have the metal pipe sound effect banned in our D&D Discord. Our DM got so fed up with that fucking sound, he removed it, and now it's literally in a rule that we cannot have the metal pipe sound. He got so tired of it. But hey, I have Nitro, and some of y'all motherfuckers got your metal pipe, so...
simply, the internet is magic. When I stop to think about it, the internet is one of the few technologies that we possess that is borderline unbelievable. I can just wake up one day and see that a guy named Jack the Dripper has leaked classified government documents on a Minecraft Discord called Thug Shaker Central. How is this technology even real?
Thug Shaker Central.
Thug Shaker Central.
No way. We have to live in a simulation that is too funny to...
Now, I'm gonna set the stage for how this happened. Imagine y'all are just playing D&D. And you having a very emotional roleplay moment. You got two people crying in the background. They're pointing out their emotions, and then metal fucking pipe. tension's broken. You got 3 people laughing. Someone's nearly having a heart attack in the background. The DM's disappointed. This happened multiple times. Someone had the metal pipe sound just at the most inconvenient time. So yeah, he got really tired of our shit. But hey, I got that Discord Nitro. I'm going to bully this man. The funny thing is, he also can't get rid of me because I'm also a DM and I helped build the world.
To be real, you see a Minecraft server called Thug Shaker Central, do not go in. Do not. Playing Fortnite has opened my eyes to the absurdity of life in 2023 and so much more.
What if you wanted to go to heaven, but God said to you,
We're gonna try this week's crumble cookie menu. Talking to my buddies on Discord, talking to you guys on Twitch, and interacting with every Fortnite fandom imaginable, from the fighting game MFs to the anime MFs.
wasn't a zoo shut down due to MHA fan trying to bang a frog?
It has me convinced
Huh?
that there has never been a better time to be alive than right now. All
I
thanks
know.
to the internet.
Damn, this overstimulation game is kind of fun, Zoomers. I get it.
I'm dead serious. Life is so incredible at this very moment that even if you gave me a functioning time machine, I don't think I'd use it.
Went back in time to fucking style on John Connor.
If you told me 10 years ago there'd be a game where Chun-Li can kill Darth Vader with a 12 gauge in front of Hamster Chief as Batman and Joker throw up Wu-Tang in the background, and that this game was free, it would have turned my neurons to dust.
I got a bag of stems, Batman.
Mission is gas, Batman. Batman, I'm washing out my grinder, Batman. No, Joker, that's the key.
Want to know how I got these games?
You can just smoke my gas and walk out of here alive?
Yeah.
Damn it, I need to clean these stupid pineapples.
Thank you.
For your mouse. Let me see. Aww, here you go. Super cute. Super cute.
I'm gonna say this as someone who's been playing D&D for almost 4 years. The reason it takes so long is because you need to find the right group of people to play with. Because I'm gonna say this. People will look at this is actually true. People are gonna look at me like I'm insane. My D&D party consists of 11 people plus including the DM. So that is 11 people trying to get a schedule. And a bunch of us, we do not live in the same place. We have some people out of the country. So it just takes getting the right people and actually having a good scheduling and getting people involved in your story. And it's also just like having a really good fucking DM. Like, I will forever praise my DM for the way that he basically said, oh, you see all these canon rules? Fuck them. Like, he will follow some of the canon rules in like the guide, but nah. Because he's just like, I don't like how certain things are set up, where it's just like, he just doesn't like it. He despises the combat system, so he changed it. My man straight up looked at the combat system and said, y'all got sick and tired of rolling ones when you got hit a crit? Double your dice damage to roll a third one. That's not a joke. So instead of, if you roll a 1 for your attack with the dagger, the least amount of damage you can get is a 9. Because daggers are usually 1d4. You have the 8 because the 2 dice, and then you roll whatever. He made it interesting because we got tired of it. And he also had it more like RP interactions. Because he was just like, I will allow you guys to have proficiencies within your proficiency, or if you don't have proficiency on something. So, for example, one of our characters has a terrible persuasion. Like, it's not this character's forte, but they grew up around nobles, so they have a really good perception or persuasion when it comes to talking with nobles. So he basically said, anytime you roll when you're dealing with nobles, and you are dealing with persuasion, add your modifier. It is the most, like, genius thing that he's ever mentioned to me. So if you play D&D with me, hi. I also will incite fear into people when I play D&D with them.
It's my Pokemon, Batman. I can
do whatever I want.
Don't even get me started on artificial intelligence. If you told me even 5 years ago that one of my friends could impersonate all of my friends with 80% accuracy, I would have told you to resume your medication.
I'm starting to think real Bing needs to be put in the box.
I'm not saying everything is awesome like we live in a damn Lego movie, because some of the shit that shows up on my screen definitely makes you want to climb back into the primordial soup.
No, he did not show up. Joker Among Us. Are you serious?
Joker hits the gritty and fucking dies.
But if you'd like to hear my case as to why our Fortnite TikTok rizzed up existence is the greatest, along with a bunch of other goofy words that I barely understand, then please join me in this dipshit audio-visual experience.
I'm on Witches and Tarot TikTok. I swear to God, I always get hit with them creepy Mandela catalog.
I don't have, like, chat. You guys, the comments in this stream are now just like alphabet soup. It's like you saying lobster dolphin mac and cheese Master Chief, light goblin super mode, Happy Meal Guatemala. Like, what are you saying?
How our D&D group chat. Also, I want to say this. Soul, what the fuck? Because in our D&D group chat, we have a little section that is called the fanfic section. Tell me why this section has now been categorized into 3 different categories. 3 different categories. Tell me why the first category is, okay, this is tamed. The second category is borderline jail. And then the third one is the 7th circle of hell, which has fanfic recommendations from Soul. When the fuck did y'all have the time to categorize this section and have Soulless Smokes be the person who has permission?
Anybody to sponsor this video because I'm what large corporations like to call mentally ill. If you're a chest sleeper, you're just
Mother
a
Air,
fucking
everyone.
Alright. They can go to hell because I'm going to sponsor myself and give away 50,000 free sample packs of my energy drink, Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000. This that punch a hole in your drywall and refuse to fix it for 2 weeks pack. This that shovel your driveway with a lawnmower and sue the HOA for giving you lit pack. This that metal pipe falling sound effect distilled into a green liquid pack. Oh shit.
That was Mother Air. That was my mother. Crow says hi.
Drop the metal pipe I was holding.
I'm fucking begging you to drink Gamer Fart, because on a recent trip to Gamer Subs, the maker of my energy drink, which I own a part of, they told me that I am currently being outsold by Shy Lily. Her flavor, Butthole Blast, is more popular than mine. Even my own wife won't drink any other flavor. But I refuse to be beaten by an Orca JPEG VTuber, so the first 50,000 to use code HARPOON at the link below will get a free sample pack, free shipping, and 105 free stickers of me saving a fish from drowning. You know, just to show Lily that I stand in solidarity with the aquatic community, or whatever. Gamer Fart is a tiny-ass scoop you add to water with 100 milligrams of caffeine that doesn't spike your blood sugar, doesn't make you crash, and is dirt cheap with 100 servings per tub. It's the perfect drink for yelling at strangers online.
I want to talk to your bitch ass.
We even have caffeine free now, so I can slurp it all night without disrupting my sleep. Fuck you, sleep paralysis demon.
This that
Huh?
died from a concussion.
Like one pizza?
Straight
I'm
lead
good.
gasoline. This shit made a hole in the ozone layer. One puff of this green
Oh, also speaking of, fuck my sleep paralysis demon, he can suck a dick. I met him last night.
will align the continents. Back into one continuous
That's going in
land.
quotes.
Prehistoric dinosaur pack game. What you know about
That's going in quotes 100%.
Please use code BADGER on anything you buy because you get 10% off and I get a shitload of money.
$1 trillion.
And thank you so much for supporting my videos. Just the fact that thousands of you out there have used my Fortnite creator code on the item shop without me asking so I can make extra money is ballin' beyond belief.
All right, can I pause for a
So
second
tell
just
me-
to say T800 fucking ballin'. Look at him. My God.
I'm gonna keep it real. this whole video could be summarized in a single sentence in Notepad.
Man, the internet is neat.
It just took me playing Fortnite for a week to realize how neat and in what ways it's neat. John Cena hit the gritty with me. Me pursuing John Cena in a hit. Oh my God, no, John Cena. Yes, fuck the. I'm gonna hit the gritty.
You want to know the greatest moment I've ever achieved in D&D? You want to know the greatest moment I've ever gotten as DM? Because I'm both a player and a DM. I have horror stories for both. So my characters were trying to get rid of their big bad. It was it was a final boss type shit, but they weren't done. And so they were leaving through a portal that would like take them home to like the area they were resting. I rolled. It was either a D6 or a D8. I cannot remember. And I like paired up the numbers with one of our characters. So one of my characters may or may not be 1v1ing a demon. That literally has the power of God on their side because the dice said fuck you. Oh, hi Gucci. The menace to society craves attention. So yeah, I would like to apologize to Wayward Nix. I'm so sorry your character is basically, I think, probably dead. Shit.
John Cena. Master Chief executes John Cena with a fucking 12 gauge. Oh
I found a friendly chicken.
Top 10 moments that are too brutal for anime. Jesus Christ.
Wait, is Halo Wars technically an anime?
John Cena said Master Chief will never be ballin'. I showed him real quick.
I haven't played Fortnite in 4 years because the building mechanic makes me feel like I'm playing a settings menu as a video game. I guess that's kind of like saying I don't like Fortnite because it's Fortnite. But over that time, they've revamped everything, added a no-build mode, and I just had to come back to finish the fight.
One in the water? Oh, to my right, to my right.
Oh, I got one in the water?
Lifeguard chick. She's lit as fuck.
Okay. Oh, we got it! No way!
Fortnite!
Fuck you, I'm Master Chief!
Fortnite!
There's a woman unarmed in the water, Master Chief.
This is my blood god dice. And these have caused so much chaos. These little shits have caused fear in the hands of my DMs. I don't use these against my players because I think that these would be too powerful because they are named after, you know, Ooh. Yeah, they're very pretty. They're oh my god, my brain just had a stroke trying to remember colors. They're black and red marble with gold like numbering. They're very pretty. And they also gave me heavy Technoblade vibes, so that's why they're called the Blood God. Which is funny enough because we literally have a Blood God in our campaign. Because we said, fuck every canon, we make our own. So, I'm so sorry if you play with me and you want to fuck with the Spider Queen. Bitch does not exist. The bitch doesn't exist.
He was like...
It's funny because someone was just like, wait, but you have the Raven Queen. We have a Raven Queen. You mean the goddess of light and ravens compared to death? You know, the one that may or... I don't know, dude. I can't even type. English is hard. Ooh. I always do like the oh, but yeah, I think ooh would also, I think if you do like 2 capital and then 2 lowercase, it goes like the ooh. Gives that very nice.
Sir.
What are you doing on that beach with a purple pump?
Shooting this on a...
Yo, I kinda get it. I'm feeling it.
It's
The
fun.
fight has been finished.
This has to be the first time ever the devs taking something out of a game made it perfect. What if we made Fortnite without the Fortnite? I am hot ass at regular Fortnite. I've got a snowball's chance in hell at winning a single one of those games, but in zero build... Oh!
I'm nuts! I'm nuts! I'm nuts! I'm nuts!
Epic Games has the Battle Royale formula down to a science. From start to finish, they've got it figured out.
God, that is such a baller way to open a door. I love sprinting through doors that I don't need to.
The start is the same, with an abundance of different landing zones that I cannot remember the names of off the top of my head.
Yo, dog, why did you just check in Pyongyang?
Every time I would check Snapchat maps, and there was always one dude booming in Pyongyang just playing Chief Keef. That shit is crazy.
Yes. Chief Keef.
Just saying Kim Jong-un and shit every time.
The end is the same, with you either dying or winning, in case you don't know how BR works and you're that brain dead. But in between those 2 points could not be more different than the last time I played in 2019.
Chun-Li is carrying Master Chief? Why?
The characters you see have got to be the most jarring change. The sheer diversity of intellectual property never ceases to amaze me.
You already know what the fuck.
Yo, shut your fucking mouth. You did not.
Fuck my ass.
Why is his head so big? Yo, wait a minute. Is that Joker hitting the gritty?
Oh, Vegeta, he's even stronger than you. I will bury you alive.
Mr. Beast, let's find a fucking wood chip. No, I'm just kidding. Mr. Beast. That's just a joke.
Sorry, that just reminded me of something. If you don't know, Soul's a witch. Love her to death. Who pissed this bitch off so much that she literally sent a message to our group chat being like, I got graveyard dirt. Who pissed her off? That she got the you are never recovering from this dirt. I was like, oh, it's normal. No, she got the graveyard. Luna! It's Luna. Luna, I was just talking about how Soul got graveyard dirt. Someone's not gonna make it out of this situation alive. Allegedly, no. Oof. Yeah, oof. Who pissed her off? You know who pissed her off, but who pissed her off that much? It's just like, okay, she got the moldy herbs, that's fine. Okay, she got the screws, a little bit concerned. Graveyard dirt. You ain't recovering from that. But hi, welcome in, Luna. How is your day? How is your night? How is everything? Hi, Sush. I think the sushi craves attention. So we're gonna finish this video with pauses in between, and then I'm gonna end stream because my son is very important to me, and I'm kind of mad that the cat isn't reacting the way it should be. But how are you, Sushi?
Joke, he does good stuff. My favorite videos of his is after recent backlash, I will be reblinding 1,000 people.
I don't even know if that's a hot take, because I know the prevalent meme about Fortnite is cringe. This is just big corporations over monetizing the right people. Cringe. And I understand that perspective, but I think it fails to see the bigger picture. Every corporation getting their stuff into Fortnite means I get to see different fandoms from every corner of the earth clash with one another. It's kind of like the magic.
It's our beloved Batcave, aka our Discord, that doesn't have the same name anymore, but we're too lazy to change it back, so.
Marvel vs. Capcom, getting to see characters from completely different universes smack the shit out of each other until somebody gets hyper combo KO'd. Only it's 100 times bigger than that, because it's not just a crossover of characters, it's a crossover of entire fandoms. You got anime people clashing with superhero people, clashing with sports people, with Halo people, with Star Wars people, with hip-hop people, with fucking fashion people. Yeah, I just got back from Milan, one of the fashion capitals of the world, and I found out that Balenciaga has an official collaboration in Fortnite. What the fuck? I don't think you guys understand how wild this is to a 30-year-old boomer like me. All these characters, all these fandoms, all these crossovers, and this game is free? Bruh. The internet in 2023 has unlocked some truly magical possibilities.
Yo, come with me, Black Panther. We're going to get some chemotherapy. Oh, that's too...
It's the Luna. It's the Luna.
Wait a minute.
Why did I think of that first, Chad? Why did I think of that first? Chad, that's just one of those intrusive thoughts that, like...
Cut the stream,
Just kill me. Just drag me to heaven. Just take me out of this reality.
The hell?
It blows my mind that I can encounter any random character in Fortnite, mention it to Twitch chat, and you guys will have a complete lore breakdown ready, because it's your favorite thing in the world. As someone that grew up on computers without the internet, it's unbelievable that I can just go, who's that smiley dude with the funky
I just
hair?
got done
And
streaming.
30 of you
Nice.
My Hero Academia MFs will rise out of chat like... This went both ways too, because I may not know shit about anime, but oh baby, have I ever got stacks on stacks of LeBron lore. The things he used to post 10 years ago was some of the most out-of-pocket shit I've ever seen. If you've ever seen
Also-
watching a little Tom and Jerry...
Also, welcome to the VIP squad. Also, the Bat Reapers.
before school Instagram...
I'm gonna finish after this video and then we're gonna go rate Sting because Sting is very dear and they are doing a subathon and they deserve everything.
Posed by LeBron James. I cannot believe that is a real fucking photo.
Who do you think's winning in a fight, Goku or Tom and Jerry?
But it's Tom and Jerry. That's not fair. Which one is Tom and which one is Jerry?
Tom's the...
Jesus Christ, Patrick.
Yo, I don't know the Tom and Jerry lore. Fuck you.
You're like 60 years old.
Who's the guy that sticks the Mossberg 500 into the wall and it bends and comes back towards his head? Okay.
Wrapping this tangent up, you guys love things and are willing to tell me about being able to share experiences with you on Fortnite and Twitch makes me believe the internet is the greatest invention since electricity.
Yo, why is the lizard dude's head so small? That makes me uncomfortable. Why is his head so small? There's something wrong with that scaling. They need to put that shit back into Blender. His head is too small.
My recommendations are filled with how blank person fell off, the problem with X, the decline of
Not my
Y,
bank
the
sending me a
sad
message
downfall
being
of
like,
Z,
hey.
So many of you out there are suplexing that negativity and instead choosing to tell me about something you love, no matter if it's Chainsaw Man or Banana Smoothies. I love it.
You better do a sick-ass emote right now.
Emote to stay alive, bro.
Listen, if you want me to talk upon hours and hours of shit, just asking about my OCs, I'm pulling out the notebook. You are getting the deep inside lore of every single one of these characters. And Gochi's back on my bed. The cat has honestly taken...
Somebody's on Oh. It's the bullshit trap.
I was like, what are you going on about?
Alright, what's going on?
Hehe, I'm live, motherfuckers. Yeah, no, if that honestly might become a stream where I just talk about my OCs like they're my children and just talk about some of their greatest accomplishments. Ow. Oh my god, why do I feel like I need to cry? I'm not even emotional about anything. My nose is just fucking runny.
Actually sick as fuck. I'm gonna spare your life.
You were cool like that.
I didn't know he was chill like that.
Beyond the massive surge in intellectual property, the most substantial change I've noticed is the abundance of items. When I used to play, I always felt like I never had any health and I never had any armor, like I was constantly knocking on death's door. God damn it, where's the fucking slurp juice? Not anymore, because now you've got bandages, medkits, potions, chug splash, slurp juice, fish, literal fish. How many health items are there? I love huffing health paint.
Hey, come here. Pizza. Cookies.
What?
Fucking taste.
Darth Vader shoving a pizza in his visor.
I'ma eat it.
Yo, I can throw it on a pizza if you want to get up here.
Have a pizza?
I have a pizza. Yeah, get up here. No way. I'm the master chef, fuckface. Get up here.
Pizza is also an augment now. Apparently even Deus Ex references have made it into Fortnite.
I never asked for this.
As the ramp progresses, you can augment your character with upgrades, like immediately spawning a flintlock for home defense or generating ammo while sliding. What are you doing? I'm making bullets, bitch! Boss, another terrific addition, because you can recruit AI scattered around the map to soak up bullets and confuse other squads.
Healing up.
They're fighting the other team.
Oh this AI, God, I'm such a dumbass. I'm hitting it ready for the Sith Lord.
Yes, my boy.
Oh my God. This polar bear will never be more confused in his entire life.
I miss my kind.
You using Darth Vader right now?
He's using Drip Vader right now. Revenge of the Drip.
Boss battles are a thing now too. By eliminating High Card, you can gain access to his vault with more loot than you can carry.
Holy shit, a vault. Is that a payday reference?
You were hit with a brick.
Bounties are yet another way to occupy your middle game, as hunting down specific players and murdering them grants you a reward.
Protect God of the Bees.
Finally, a challenge
I think this is also funny because Gucci never goes on my bed. Motherfucker has taken over my bed.
I can get behind. Unlike all the disgusting shit I see on TikTok, that is almost universally a bad idea.
Damn, I just remember the knockout challenge. Remember that shit where you push somebody's chest?
Alright, guys, back. Enjoy the badger. If someone comes in, say hi for me.
These guys just killed somebody.
I'm surprised they haven't added executions yet, Call of Duty style. You can get kind of close by picking up enemy players and blasting them away with the 12 gauge, but I definitely shell out some V-Bucks for a custom animation, using my own creator code, the Russian.
Excuse
I don't think y'all can see him if I put him on the no. Never mind. I was gonna put him on the chair and just be like entertain my chat for me, but he's a little bit too tiny.
The force on that thing, dog. She just one frame gone.
You already know.
Right. Any left? I wanted to say any last squirms, but I don't have a small pistol on me.
I'm tired of this grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
All this is to say that they figured out a wonderful balance to the flow of a game. From the item abundance, to the augments, to the AI, to the challenges, it's a perfect mix of stimulating enough to stave off boredom, but not so stimulating that it feels like you're split-screening TikTok.
I think we're going to Subway Surfers Family Guy Fortnite right now.
Sure, you're in the middle of an intense survival game where every other squad in a giant storm is trying to kill you, but you've got enough time to do some dumb shit and dance around before the fate of the game is decided.
I stole back the whip.
Yo, wait a minute.
I stole your girl. I stole your whip. I stole your...
I'm gonna throw this whole banana at you. Heavily, we can talk about this. I'm coming after you. Master Chief will get the warthog back.
Hey, what the fuck is that? Beers?
Yo, Queso's floating on.
And I feel like the dumber the shit you occupy yourself with, the higher your likelihood of winning. Like Heavenly made it his sole mission to hunt down anime characters while playing as an anime character, and I think you can guess how that round turned out.
We gonna chase him down! This is a no anime zone! Y'all see any anime around here?
Heavenly, your hair clips through the roof of that truck.
Yeah, I get used to that in real life too.
Chad is stuck on the Batman joke, bro.
Batman. I was playing VR chat Batman and I found her.
Shut the fuck up.
My life back.
Get out. Let's engage. I'm just dumping it.
There-
oh my
there's
God.
a-
You woke the wrong dog. Got her.
There-
Number two owned.
You see, Ninja.
Oh wow!
There's a bag in our bathroom because it connects to the closet.
Yo, I feel like that 50 BA.
Gucci then deemed this bag. Let me go investigate what this bag is. I don't like this bag. I like this bag. Then proceed to jump on top said bag. If y'all need to know why I love Gucci, he has a personality. He's a fucking crackhead.
MG wanted that somehow.
It felt a little personal.
Got another knock.
Wow.
No, that's me.
I was too late. Damn, pizza real good. Unlimited sprint is so goated.
God, his bitch ass. It was LeBron James and he got blasted.
LeBron! I'm just gonna sneak up behind him and go like this. Yeah, baby! Yeah, baby! Suck it, nerd! Damn, this unlimited sprint on Master Chief hitting kind of different.
I won.
Laser! Get your ass back here, you dumb motherfucker. He's missing a lot of these. This has got to be artificial intelligence. There is no way. There is no way. You dumb piece of shit. Oh my God.
Another carry by me. You guys are welcome.
Why are we in sync? Why is Vegeta some mobile-ass game player, Master Chief, and Indiana Jones hitting the gritty?
What are we hitting the gritty one up?
Oh, and I got the screen that says only you can shut the fuck up.
On the flip side, if you're trying your best and every neuron in your brain is focused on winning, I think it has the opposite effect, especially if you've got Digi on your team.
No, I might be able to make it. No, I'm good. Now I gotta reload. Yeah, I got him. Oh,
Damn!
last guy. To your left, Yeah, right here. You got him.
Couple more, Digi.
You got him. You got plenty of health.
You load your gun. Relax.
To your, Digi.
Fuck!
You have to roll! Everything!
Digi, I feel like I got amphibians and frogs looking at me like, this your boy? Alright, Pasta, I got a slot for you right here. Damn, all of chat saying you failed the vibe check. Get him away from the stove. My boy got the object permanence of a frog. Oh my god. Digi, we gotta lose more often just so I can see what the hell chat does to you. This is, do not let him cook Digi through. He chokes. Oh my god. That boy cooked the most rare steak.
I clutched us a game and Digi just had to look left. Like, I had to fly in, res y'all, fly out, get slurp, fly back in, and Digi just had to figure out which way his wrist goes. I gotta use the bathroom or something, bro. I gotta go to college or something. I can't be with these motherfuckers.
Bro, I'm in college.
Face down on my fucking desk. I got nothing.
Digi got hit with all 7 Halo rings.
Oh my god. He went behind the tree and my brain was like, where'd he go?
That's so mean, chat. You're roasting Digi for his object permanence.
I didn't ask to be born like this.
Yeah, damn. Digi just got a bad roll. He can't re-roll now.
Somebody buy me a stat reset, please.
Please let me re-roll, God.
I picked the wrong tech tree.
I clutched up and all I saw was he's him. Good job, Heavenly. Digi forgot to look left and you just got shitted on.
I saw the tree.
True combo.
I was introduced to Digi with a DM 2 years ago because I liked his Pumpkin Man splash art, and that ended with him being reduced to ash at the hands of my Twitch chat. You can't tell me this internet shit isn't wild. Having a fiber connection makes me feel like a megalomaniac. Normalize unending hatred. Oh my god!
Let's fucking go.
I just realized, I think this is the first time I've ever won a fucking Battle Royale game. Ever.
You look so confused over there. I won BR.
My final crusade was to single-handedly rewrite Star Wars lore by having expert marksmanship while wearing stormtrooper armor. My aim was so cracked after a few days of streaming that even the head honcho himself wasn't safe.
Oh shit, I'm being pushed up on. Nah, I got you, Prometheus 52.
That jump off. Funny.
No,
me?
he's only game 12, needs to die. Get that motherfucker. Get that motherfucker. How dare you? How dare you?
We had orders directly from Lord Vader to get light.
Any last squirms? It's Darth Vader! No way! He's using the Kamehameha thing.
Oh god, he has the podium here.
Darth Vader got his ass blown up! Oh my god! With a Mossberg 500, I can't believe he get back here, you rat bastard. Where is he going?
I feel like if I saw that in a game, I would leave. I would dip. Fuck that.
He just doesn't deserve it. This place is pretty fun.
And I got a kill. Mid-gritty. Mid-gritty. Got your ass, baby! God bless John Barrett. Holy shit. Get back here.
Goddamn genius.
Got him.
No Murray.
I'm nuts, double kill. Give me the triple game. Give me the fucking triple, baby. Yeah, triple kill. Stormtroopers ain't
my
got
other
aim.
computer's
Shut
having
the
a
fuck
stroke.
goddamn. Oh yeah, there's 3 people.
My other laptop's having a stroke because the amount of tabs I've opened up. I have an ungodly amount of tabs. Fear me.
Yeah, there's just a lot here.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, got 2. Got 3.
That's not one, but that
No. Fucking white! Suck my shorts! How? All these damn bananas and you just couldn't split it, could you?
Fuck out of here. I don't want your thin mints.
Now hold on.
Man, he gonna come back. Oh, look out! Come from below!
I already got him.
Thin mints. Not the thin mints.
Got his ass too, I don't give a fuck.
One more.
Got his ass too, I don't give a fuck, but I gotta get out of the... No, get me in here.
From behind you as well. Bet you can 100% clutch. Yes, okay.
Laser.
Left. Already in the circle, they're just gonna wait.
Don't take advice from the dead guys.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Holy shit, I'm out of team white. 6 kills, and you can't hit me.
Can I get one?
Got his ass, fellas! Yes! Well done! Bing is the carry? Damn, he's not even emote. No, now he is. Now he is.
This is exactly how a Teen Hunter would break it down, too.
The Stormtrooper being in Fortnite makes me believe anything can be in Fortnite, which means Ronald McDonald is still a possibility. That clown girl is not enough. I need officially licensed McDonald's intellectual property for the McProphecy to be fulfilled.
Badger, who do you think wins, Ronald McDonald or fucking Colonel Sanders?
Ronald McDonald. He's McFucking had it, and he's gonna crush your skull.
He's McFucking had it.
And if I can't have that, at least give me a JoJo collab. Epic Games is already making trillions of V-Bucks off of anime. Why stop now?
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no, I see the hand.
By the way, chat, Death 13, best stand.
Me personally, I can't get over the world. It just, I don't know.
Dog, you're really saying it like that?
Whoa, no.
Oh my god.
That's how mine works.
I felt as powerful as his ass recently when I was invited onto a military base and got to sit in an AH-64 Apache, which I will not show you pictures of because I am not trying to go to jail. Leaking government documents is not funny. It's a felony.
He thinks the Apache is fucking Android Auto, chat.
If you put me in the cockpit of an Apache, I will Kevin Gates put my hand on the dashboard and start it.
Figure it out and get me out of there.
And just being on base was yet another mind-bending reminder of how insane the internet is. I get to see some of the coolest technology ever made by mankind just because I upload some dipshit YouTube videos. The internet has got to be the greatest invention ever. Even if you offered me an F-35 to never use the internet ever again, I think I'd turn you down.
The government doesn't want you to know this, but you can just go onto the runway and take an F-35 home. I myself have 38 F-35s on my property.
You can't just pull an F-35 Lightning II off the lot, brand new. You can't do that.
Alright, who the fuck is gonna stop you? How about I get it in a box like IKEA? I assemble it myself. I can do that.
Hey, yo, I'm
Me when I
faded off the fucking walk. Are we on the moon
F-35
right
and he
now?
parked
What
it
is
on
this,
my
man?
lawn.
One, I have to thank you guys for giving me this kind of power. And two, you would not believe the things you see on a military base. And I'm not talking about classified things, I'm talking about anime things.
You traitor!
So you can just straight up deck somebody. No, he likes Attack on Titan more. Yeah, he likes Naruto more, bitch. I'm about to hit him with the Glock no Jutsu on God, bro. I'm gonna stop RPing his Eren Jaeger, bro. I'm losing my mind.
How many times do I have to fucking ask? Revive me first, bitch!
You turned into Scary Terry for a second there, Mono. Holy shit.
I'm gonna shit my pants.
I've never seen so many Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, Megamin looking ass bumper stickers in my entire life. I'm convinced that if the government ever deems me too dangerous to be kept alive and drops a 105 on my house from an AC-130, the dude that pulls the trigger has probably got a Nezuko sticker on the back of his Hellcat. I have never gotten so many weird looks for driving an electric car than at the McDonald's parking lot outside base.
Because if they see a Tesla on base, they're like, sus.
On an army base?
Electric vehicle.
That's not a Dodge Charger.
And holy shit, almost every
This is a
soldier
stock
in that
photo.
McDonald's was on TikTok. If our military banned anime and TikTok, it would have like 6 people left. And I bet all 6 of them would still have burner phones for Crunchyroll and TikTok.
Me staring up at the base's daily EMP of TikTok.
TikTok would like permission to sequence your genome with CRISPR.
And then I said only while using the app.
Shout out to my homie Beans for making this whole experience happen, who was recently promoted yet still can't afford the battle pass.
How are you not an ASVAB waiver? Because for how dumb I am.
Yo, the waiver meme is goated. You don't have eyeballs, you want to fly an F-16, just get a waiver.
Wait.
Just get a waiver.
Imagine being able to afford the battle pass couldn't be me.
That's your fault, bro. You just said you got promoted, bro. That's $10, dog.
Wait, you just got promoted and you can't afford the fucking battle pass?
That's a bill issue, bro.
That does not sound like a promotion if you ask me.
Ladies and gentlemen, our armed forces.
Damn, they gave you a Cliff Bar and a high five. That sucks.
I would offer to buy him the battle pass, but I just sent my quarterly tax payment to the IRS,
Oof.
and I'm about ready to give up on society altogether.
Thoughts
Same.
on the IRS stealing money from me?
Those are called taxes. I make like $1.50 of my creator code and the IRS comes after me for $1 trillion plus interest? Who's doing the math over there? A flatfish? That's shrimply resharkable, Heavenly.
I'm losing my mind. I'm going insane. I'm going insane. Me when I get you. Me when I fucking get you.
Me when I fucking get you. There's only one of me in all the world. I am one in a trillion.
Oh my god.
But I refuse to let a tax bill kill my vibe, because the supernatural sorcery of the internet gives me an endless number of reasons to smile. Chad, how blessed are we that I can log onto YouTube and the first video that I see is Master Chief teaches you how to change the oil on your 2006 Nissan Murano.
I love the internet.
That's what we're using artificial intelligence for.
Master Chief teaches me how to load my dishwasher correctly.
Rinsing plates is...
Damn, Digi breathe!
Digi's definitely cleaning some very, very dirty windows on a skyscraper right now. I heard that. I heard that.
Wait, Digi's doing my job, you fucking bruh.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! That went from funny to demonetized. Since the last video on War Thunder, Skulker has somehow managed to improve his AI capabilities.
Oh,
and
no.
He's even added Heavenly to his soundboard.
Oh no.
A rap battle between an aluminum baseball bat and your car.
A lot of this being funny is purely due to Skulker being funny. It's not just the AI.
It's the same reason chat can't actually get the soundboard, because they're not funny. Smile.
Skulker, why can't I just do what you do? Because you are not funny.
Because you're not funny.
Because I'm better than you.
I would like to.
I'm strong.
I would like to make the announcement that Sushi's conked the fuck out.
I'm faster. I am better. Yeah, man. Hard. Yo, look.
Sushi deserves all the love and affection.
That is Heavenly as possessed by Beelzebub. The demons got him. Goddamn demons.
I need you to take that away. Lure.
Are you saying lol?
I'm not liking this anymore.
He's saying Laurel.
Laurel. The bot is having
Did Heavenly just have a memory leak?
Man, this shit right here.
I just realized. Wait till Skulker makes the AI speak backwards.
What was that?
I thought that was actually you for a sec.
Yo, is this the Heavenly Fish moan moment? I'm not too worried about AI becoming sentient and trying to end humanity, because I'm pretty sure cancel culture is strong enough to turn any robot army to ash.
The Spanish Inquisition was cancel culture. Shut up.
Yo, that's facts though, that's facts. And if that doesn't work, I know who I'm gonna call to finish the fight. You stupid banana, what was he trying to do there? Motherfucker, I killed a Covenant. You think I can't kill a fucking banana? I'm just kidding, banana. That was a little bit too much rage for a damn potassium transportation device. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. You full of electrolytes. Also, this is how you change the oil in your 2006 Nissan Murano. Shout out to the homies for helping me make this video. If you ever see a strange, shadowy figure in front of your house,
What
it's
the fuck?
definitely one of my friends, and they're ready to make fun of you.
I'm in front of your house. I'm taking your staircase like Ed, and Eddie.
Just eat an entire bed.
You can't have shit in Detroit.
Bro, I've seen the house.
I've had people call me things that I wouldn't even dare say to myself.
Liberal.
Alright, fellas. Theoretically, you get one
Dog,
airstrike.
why do you always say theoretically and it's not at all theoretical?
Theoretically, you get one airstrike per year.
Detroit.
Anywhere of your...
Yeah, what about...
He's not even done with the
Hope they don't
question
notice
yet.
me.
You can't just say Detroit.
It wouldn't look any different.
Boy, it runs like a Husqvarna, I tell you.
Oh, better than John Deere, which you need a computer science degree to run.
Jesus.
Yo, wait a minute, Bada just faded into the shadow realm.
Oh no, not the shadow realm.
Check that out, dog.
My Super Mario Sunshine shit.
I'm on my.
Oh my god. Bada, where did you go? Bada, where did you go?
Back to the Mushroom King.
Hunt Showdown legendary character. Your choice what it says about you. Racist. 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 Racist.
It's the Ronin. I just fucking hate you.
I welcome you to join us on Twitch, because out of the 18 hours that I streamed, only about 2% of the footage made it into this video. If you weren't there, you miss a whole bunch of out-of-pocket discussions, including our video game crushes. Half the squad are in love with League of Legends characters, but somehow me wanting Chun-Li in a moth costume makes me the asshole.
Where my hug-looking ass gamer.
I'm pretty sure he's live right now.
For me, it was Tristana.
Add him to the list right now.
Huh? You like Oh, wow. Okay. Damn.
They hated him for he spoke the truth.
Players cannot be out. She is such a bad bitch.
Oh my god.
You can't say that about Tristana. Like, isn't she like 3 feet tall?
Yeah.
that?
She's a Yordle.
She's also like
Just a number.
200 in like dragon years, bro. So like it's hold on.
It's fine.
Dog, it's just a number will get you in a lot of trouble.
And jail is just a building.
The way Heavenly said that made me think of this picture. I posted a CT, just, and he catched the miss.
And 45 is just a caliber.
I mean, I kind of get it. If that one moth character from Fortnite was like, I don't know, really toned or something, I could see it.
Think about what you're about to say.
Wait, are you talking about the moth?
And finally, shout out to you guys for making these videos special. Without your insight into the intricacies of lobster transportation on a commercial flights, these videos truly would not be the same.
I myself have brought 432 lobsters through security.
Shut up.
The fucking software has with the physics gun.
You trying to make my way through security, I get hit with the fizz gun.
Hey, picked my ass up and just said, go ahead and start over, dog.
And that's about it, dog. That is all that I have to say.
Oh my god, okay. That's the end for today. I sleep. I'm actually kidding. I just... No, I'm tired. Sting. Sting. Dude, this is my chat. I don't give a fuck about my own chat rules. I break my own chat rules. We're gonna go raid Sting. This channel is intended for a mature audience. Well, shit. We're going to the wrong place. I'm kidding. Yeah, they're doing a subathon, so go sub. Even though I know half of you are very much broke. I'm kidding. It's mostly my friends in here. I'm allowed to do that. Alright, yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. What time? I don't know. I'm 2 seconds away from throwing out my streaming schedule and just going, hey, I'm live whenever the fuck I want to be.